Listen, I've been working in the construction business for 40 years. And specifically, for 40 years, I've been working on building construction. I'm talking about skyscraper construction. I started off just being a regular day laborer. Worked my way up to working cranes, from being a supervisor to being a manager of the company. I mean, I've done everything in the business of building skyscrapers that a man could do, starting from the bottom to get to the top. And I thought, honestly, I had seen everything a man could see on a job site. That was until we hired this security company out of Austin to do security on our job site. So I'm just going to tell you straightforward exactly what happened and how it went down. In retrospect, I did not know that the guy who ran the security company that was doing job site security was a Satanist. I had no clue that he was a Satanist. Also, I had no clue that every floor of the condo that was being built, that they were doing rituals on each floor to dedicate the building that we were building to Satan. Had no clue, no understanding, but you know what brought my attention to something being off? What brought my attention to something being off was the fact that construction equipment started going missing. Now listen, on a job site, there's always shrinkage, things that go missing. But man, to have $30,000, $40,000 worth of stuff to go missing, when you start to see that, oh no, you got to pay close attention. I'm looking at the numbers and I'm looking at the shrinkage. I'm looking at what's going missing. I'm looking at the invoices and I realize, nope, this ain't right. $35,000 on the low end of construction materials is flat out gone. And I'm not sure if you've been in construction, but $35,000 worth of materials. It has to be loaded up and driven away from the site. That was my first indication that something with the security company was wrong. But I wanted to see the entire situation for myself. Now, that's something that people don't anticipate when you've been in the business. You know, people at my level, they figure I'm just in an office building and I never show up. But that's why I've been so successful, because I do show up. I pop up constantly and consistently. And when I find something wrong, I deal with it pretty swiftly. So I decided I'm going to head to the construction site at night just to see what's going on. Now, let me paint a picture for you. The exterior of this building is completely closed in, doing plumbing, drywalling, all of the things to turn those spaces into homes for potential buyers. I decided I'm going to go floor by floor of this site to see what's going on. I pull up to the gate, hop out, go inside, go to the security guard shack, and no one's there. Now, listen, you may be thinking to yourself, no, it's no big deal. Nobody's at the shack. But I need you to understand, this site had 6 people guarding it. For me to go into the guard shack and find no one there when there's 5 other people that could be patrolling and 1 person there manning cameras is a problem, point blank, period. So now my mission is to find them. I enter into the building, start to climb up the steps, get to the first floor, look around and listen, and nobody's there. Climb up the steps to the second floor, look around and listen, no one is there. When I get to the 3rd floor and open the door, I hear what sounds like someone having sex. I mean, it sounds like a woman getting her back torn out. I'm talking about she's getting utterly destroyed. So now I'm creeping up into the area. Now let me paint a picture for you. The area where the sound was coming from had plastic up all around it. Almost as if they had made a makeshift private area. And then they had moved construction lights over to that area as well. So as you walk down the hallway and you look to your left, you see plastic, you see bright lights, and you see people moving. And it's not 1 or 2 people, it's 15, 16 people in this building. I'm walking down that hallway and I turn that corner and now I can see into the area where they are, and they have robes on. People are laying on the floor having sex with these women. There are pentagrams drawn on my floor, and I'm standing there looking at this saying, what the f is going on? I ain't gonna lie to you, for a split second, I got afraid, because I'm saying to myself, okay, these people is in here doing some kind of sex ritual. Now, for those of you who don't understand, I learned this later from talking to Dog Waters. Sex technically is worship. And so when people do sex magic They do it as worship to a spirit. I didn't know none of this back then. I know it now. All I knew back then in that moment, right then and there, was that I was afraid. And then that fear got turned down and I got pissed. The more I stood there and watched, the more pissed off I got. It was almost like it was being translated to my mind that these people are having sex in places where families are going to be. And they're leaving something residual there. So I pulled my pistol. And I don't talk to them. I take a shot. Pow! Right into the floor. When I tell you every penis went soft, every titty got covered up, every robe got closed up, them people look in my direction, and as I'm scanning the crowd, I see the guy that's the head of the company that I hired. And I tell him, if you don't get your evil, wicked, filthy, nasty ass off my job site right now, I'm going to put a bullet in your head, and I'm going to say that you and all these people trespass. It was almost as if he thought he was casting some kind of spell on me. And I tell him, listen, you got 10 seconds for you and every one of these nasty, trifling, filthy to get the off my job site. I don't want to hear shit. Don't talk to me. Leave right now. It was right then and there where this fear came across their faces and they all began to run and flee. I'm talking about they hauling ass past me, down the hallway, down the steps. Now, here's the crazy thing. As they all have left, I walk into that room, man, and it's just filthy. There's semen all over the floor. And I need you to understand, these are floors that we're going to put hardwood on top of. So that would have been under the floor where these people would have been living. The next day, I have a crew come out with blue lights, and we do an inspection of the entire building. This building is 35 floors tall. Do you know that these nasty bastards had sex on over 50% of the floors? Needless to say, that security company, they went bankrupt when I got through with them.